Now at 6, did drought conditions over the fall put a damper on the holiday spirit this year? I'm Angelo Bavaro in Wethersfield with more on how Christmas trees are faring.
I'm Kaylee Collins in Newington this morning with a recap of the traffic incidents that occurred statewide over the holiday week.
Also, President Biden said he will pardon his son Hunter, despite repeatedly promising not to. I'll tell you why he changed his mind and what one governor says this will open the door to in the future.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
6 o'clock. Good Monday morning. Thanks so much for starting off your new day with us here. We hope you had a great Thanksgiving weekend. I'm Eric Harris.
And I'm Tim Lammers. All right, get ready to bundle up out there. It is another cold start to the day. It's clear, it's starry, but usually that means, colder than usual. Rachel Piscatelli joins us right now. Wish we had a little bit of cloud cover as a blanket.
Yeah,
it was
absolutely.
Frosty.
It is frosty and it is chilly. Teens and 20s to start this morning. So definitely that winter chill out there. As we begin meteorological winter. It started yesterday, December 1st, begins that. We see that. So we have that winter chill that's settling in for today and really this week. Temperatures out there this morning, teens and 20s to start. 15 degrees in Willimantic. It's 18 in Danbury, 26 in New Haven, and 20 degrees right now in Torrington. So certainly want to bundle up with mostly clear skies. Expect abundant sunshine today in the forecast, but for this afternoon, temperatures will struggle only into the upper 30s and lower 40s. And we are trending below average this week with temperatures to start in the 20s for several mornings and daytime highs struggling in the upper 30s and 40s for Tuesday and Wednesday. There's also an opportunity Wednesday night into early Thursday morning for a little bit of snow and mix. So we'll detail that out for you and walk you through the hour by hour for that coming up in just a bit. 6:02 on the roads this morning. Symphony, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. Rachel, it's the time of year that I just, couldn't wait for. Winter. So excited.
I hear the sarcasm in your voice, Symphony.
All right, now speaking of traffic, you may want to get outside and give yourself some time to let your windshield defrost this morning. A couple of vehicles did have frost on them. I noticed on my way into the station this morning. Let's take a quick look at how things are shaping up here in Hartford. We're checking out I-91. Volume picking up as we kick off the 6 o'clock hour, and our drive times are looking good. No delays on 91 South heading to the 84 interchange, and if you're traveling along 84 East from New Britain Ave to the Hartford Tunnel, that will take you about 5 minutes. Tim, Erica?
Symphony, thank you.
All right, if you celebrate Christmas, there's a good chance you plan on putting up decorations this week. That is, if you haven't already.
But what did the recent drought we've had mean for the Christmas tree supply? Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro is live at Anderson Farms in Wethersfield right now. Angelo, what's the answer?
Tim, Erica, good morning. I'm very happy to report that the holiday spirit is very much alive and well at these Christmas tree lots. The owner here at Anderson Farms and other growers tell me that despite that super dry fall that we had, the Christmas trees have held up. Now, just some background here. This process to grow these trees takes a while. It could take anywhere between 5 to 8 years typically to grow, depending on the height and how full these trees are. A manager here at Anderson Farms, Jared Christensen, tells me he was thinking about some concerns over the fall when the entire state was under a drought advisory, but ultimately the trees held up great. Now, if you do plan to take one home, you should not have a problem with proper tree care. But just a heads up, those trees will drink a lot more water than they did last year as a result of how dry it was this fall.
Like last year, we had more of a wet summer, fall, so they weren't drinking as much to keep them more alive. So this year, you'll definitely have to keep an eye more on the water. I've heard some people every 6 hours at the beginning, and then it kind of tapers off to once or twice a day. Whereas usually, you fill it in the morning or you fill it before you go to bed, the base, and then you're good. This might take a little more at the beginning.
Now new this year, Anderson Farms is sending home these tags with all the trees with care instructions on them. So just to go over a few of them in case you do plan on coming out, maybe it's your first year taking a real tree home. For maximum beauty and safety, use a tree stand that holds 1 gallon of water. Before placing the tree in that stand, cut at least a quarter inch off the base to remove sap and allow absorption of that water. And do not allow that water level to drop below the trunk bottom or a new plug will form. Just some stuff to keep in mind if you do plan on taking one of these trees home. Again, the bottom line, we know that the trees are looking great for this year, but another big question, what about the future, given the long process of growing these trees? Did the drought affect trees that are still growing? We'll have that answer coming up in the next hour. We are live in Wethersfield this morning. I'm Angelo Bafaro, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Hi, Angelo. Thank you for that report. All right, let's get to state and local law enforcement as they had a busy week responding to thousands of calls for help and service over the past few days.
Yeah, a lot of them were out there on the roads. We're checking in with Kaylee Collins. She's live at the Department of Transportation headquarters in Newington with a breakdown of the holiday traffic data. Kaylee, good morning.
Erica, Tim, good morning to you both. Yeah, state police say that from the day before Thanksgiving, that was last Wednesday, up through about 8 o'clock yesterday morning, there were 431 crashes statewide, and one of those crashes did end up being deadly. Now, that deadly crash happened on I-91 over in Wallingford. This was in the early morning hours of Thanksgiving Day, and that left a 22-year-old man from Northford dead. He was the one operating a motorcycle. Now, though that was the only deadly crash during the holiday week here in Connecticut, there were 19 crashes that resulted in some injuries. There was also a wrong-way crash on I-95 over in West Haven. That involved a head-on collision between a car traveling the wrong way and then another vehicle on the highway. Multiple people, were sent to the hospital, and the wrong-way driver was charged with DUI. Now, state police say they made 22 DUI arrests during this period. But overall, there were fewer calls for service and crashes compared to the same time last year. In 2023, there were 356 motor vehicle accidents, one of which was deadly. And this year's data does show the lowest number of DUI arrests compared to the last 3 years. There were 50 in 2021, 41 in 2022. And 28 last year, again, just 22 so far this year. So police are expected to release some updated crash information and these statistics from later in the day, Sunday. Again, all of this information was from Wednesday of last week up until just 8 a.m. yesterday. So as soon as we get some updated numbers, we will bring them to you. Live in Newington this morning, Kaylee Collins, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Kaylee, thanks so much.
6:07 on this Monday morning. Police said a dirt bike rider had to be flown to a hospital after a crash in Hebron. It happened around 12:30 yesterday afternoon on East Street. Police said the dirt bike hit a car. We're still working to find out how bad the rider's injuries are, but the fire department did say they are serious. Well, officers arrested a woman who's accused of killing a college student in a hit and run. They said Jill Augelli of Naugatuck has been charged with evading responsibility. Police said the crash happened in New Haven back in October of last year. They said Augelli hit Priyanshu Agwal while Agwal was on a scooter at the intersection of Whaley Avenue and Amity Road. Officers are expected to speak more about her arrest later this morning.
In Norwalk, 2 people are without a home this morning after their house caught fire. Firefighters were called to North Ridge Street just before 1:30 Sunday morning. And when they got there, they say the second floor was already fully engulfed in flames. Firefighters say both people inside and their parent were able to get out safely. The Red Cross is now helping them find a place to stay. The cause of the fire is under investigation. The public has been invited to pay tribute tomorrow to former Governor Jodi Rell. She will lie in state at the Capitol building, and that's going to happen from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then at 2:30, there will be a mass of Christian burial at St. Joseph Cathedral in Hartford. There's going to be a private ceremony at the Connecticut State Veterans Cemetery. That's going to happen at a later date. Governor Lamont's office says that she will be buried alongside her husband, Lou, who was a veteran of the U.S. Navy. And flags will remain at half-staff through tomorrow. And of course, our team is going to be at the service, and we're going to have comprehensive coverage of how the state is honoring Governor Rell's life and legacy. President Joe Biden has pardoned his son Hunter for felony gun and tax convictions.
Yeah, it's a reversal of his previous promises to not pardon his son. Last night, the White House released a lengthy statement on the pardon. In it, the president said Hunter was, quote, selectively and unfairly prosecuted. The president went on to say, quote, no reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was being singled out only because he is my son, and that is wrong. Biden went on to say, quote, there has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution. Well, Colorado's Democratic Governor Jared Polis shared his thoughts about the pardon, saying in part, quote, while as a father, I certainly understand President Joe Biden's natural desire to help his son by pardoning him, I am disappointed that he put his family ahead of the country. This is a bad precedent that could be abused by later presidents and will sadly tarnish his reputation.